নমস্কার দর্শক বন্ধুরা, রেস স্পোর্টস এর পর্দায় আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত। আমি সায়ন এবং এই মুহূর্তে রয়েছি যুব ভারতীর প্রেস কনফারেন্স রুমে। শেষ 90 মিনিট, এই 90 মিনিটে যদি ফুল ফোকাস থাকে দল, তাহলে ম্যাচ জিতে 22 বছরের ট্রফির খরা মেটাতে চলেছে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল দল। এবং সেই খরা মেটানোর নেপথ্যে যে নায়ক, তিনি হচ্ছেন অস্কার ব্রুজো। অবশ্যই কঠিন ম্যাচ, এবং তিনি কিন্তু আজকে সাংবাদিক সম্মেলনে, বলা যেতে পারে এই মরশুমের শেষ সাংবাদিক সম্মেলনে তিনি কিন্তু আসলেন, এবং তিনি কিন্তু প্রথমেই বললেন ইমোশনাল হয়ে এই ম্যাচ কিন্তু খেলা যাবে না। এই ম্যাচের অনেক গুরুত্ব, ফ্যান্সদের জন্য জিততে হবে, এবং এমন ফ্যান্স যারা কিন্তু সারা জীবন ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের হয়ে বেঁচেছে, সেই সব ফ্যান্সদের উদ্দেশ্যে এই ম্যাচ তিনি জিততে চান। এবং শুধুমাত্র ইমোশনাল হয়ে কিন্তু এই ম্যাচ জেতা যাবে না। 90 মিনিট, শেষ 90 মিনিট, এবং সেই শেষ 90 মিনিটে কিন্তু ফুললি ফোকাসড থাকতে হবে সমস্ত প্লেয়ারকে। এই বার্তায় কিন্তু অস্কার ব্রুজো দিয়ে গেলেন। এবং অবশ্যই তিনি বললেন যে ইন্টার কাশি তারা কি ধরনের ফুটবল খেলবেন বা কি খেলবেন না খেলবেন সেটা কিন্তু এখনো ঠিক নয়। তবে তাদের যেহেতু শেষ ম্যাচ, তারাও কিন্তু এই ম্যাচ জিতে নিজেদের আইএসএল এর জার্নি, এই মরশুমের আইএসএল জার্নি শেষ করতে চাইবে। সেই কারণে কিন্তু লড়াইটা যে খুব একটা সহজ হবে তিনি কিন্তু সেটা বলছেন না। লড়াইটা যথেষ্ট কঠিন হতে চলেছে। অবশ্যই তিনি তার সম্পূর্ণ চেষ্টা করবেন, এবং 22 বছর, যেটা আমরা বললাম প্রথমে, যে 22 বছর ইস্টবেঙ্গল দল যেভাবে যে ট্রফির খরা, সেই খরাটা মেটাতে তিনি বদ্ধপরিকর, এবং বলা যেতে পারে এই ম্যাচ জিতে তিনি কিন্তু সেই খরা মেটাতে চান। এবং অবশ্যই তিনি কিন্তু শেষবার সাংবাদিক সম্মেলনে কিন্তু বলে গেলেন যে এতদিন আমি বলেছি ম্যাচ বাই ম্যাচ ভাবছি, বাই ম্যাচ নিয়ে ভাবছি, কিন্তু আজকে শেষ ম্যাচের আগে তিনি কিন্তু বললেন যে এখন আর ম্যাচ বাই ম্যাচ নয়, এখন একেবারে চ্যাম্পিয়নশিপের জন্য ভাবছি। আমরা এমন একটা পজিশনে আছি যেখান থেকে চ্যাম্পিয়ন হওয়া সম্ভব। আসুন তিনি আর কি কি বললেন শুনে নেওয়া যাক রেস স্পোর্টস এর পর্দায়।
Thank you. Well, I'm satisfied that finally I can talk about winning the title. I was all the season trying to send a message of be grounded to earth. I was believing in the team, no doubts. We were doing so well, so I didn't want to put that extra pressure, especially because of the fail in the past seasons of East Bengal. But the reality is that my belief on the players in the group and in what we have built this year was there. The other point is that tomorrow there are 5 teams that can become champions. It's going to be a day that we can consider an important one. We have the advantage over all of them, so we are only focused on early performance. It's true, we cannot hide now that it's one game, one title. If we want to take one game at a time, now is the moment to take one title as a time. So we are just focusing on the things that we need to do tomorrow on the pitch, give continuity to the good performance that we did here last Sunday against Mohun Bagan. I think that was a game that is a learning for us. There was a lot of key games this season that were learnings. We played the semi-final of the Super Cup against Punjab. We played the final. We didn't lose finals only in kickouts. We were learning that in any moment of concentration, you can lose one game, especially in set pieces. We are learning that we are creating a lot of chances, but we are not being clinical enough to have a good ratio into conversion. So tomorrow is the day that we need to put all the learnings into performance. The boys are really hungry. You are talking about emotions. I think that right now there is nothing called emotion. There is only focus, a lot of mental exercise and psychological exercise, not only for this game, but also in the last week with Mohun Bagan. So we try to keep our coolness, because tomorrow we need to transfer all the possible inputs, mentally, technical, tactically, and psychological. We need to transfer them into performance. So it's a big opportunity for us. We can talk about the 22 years without a national title. We can talk about a very strong rival that is Intercashi. They showed here 2 weeks back what we can do with such a strong rival as Mohun Bagan. So we can have a lot of talks, but right now it's better to keep the focus on us, the mentality on us, to know what we are going to find tomorrow, to make our players visualize what kind of game we are going to have tomorrow. We predict that we are going to have a very tough one, but we also know that if we do the right things, we will have huge chances to achieve the league title. Thank you for your consideration, but my coaching journey is nothing without the support of the team, the belief, the help of our fans, the confidence, the idea, the game ideas that we are trying to implement, the philosophy of the club, the winning mentality, the legacy, the hierarchy, the history of East Bengal. I think that this year there was a lot of storms on the way. I was here launching some bombs in past press conferences, but I wanted to be everybody aligned. And the reality is that I finally feel that at this stage, end of the season, possibility of winning a league title, I sincerely can say that I feel that now in the club everybody is aligned, everybody is having one only target, and that is the way to be successful in football. Not about having different visions. Different visions, of course, you can have, but always in the benefit of the team, discussing and try to find the best solution. So finally, I think that everybody in the club is in that page. So my coaching journey is nothing without just the message that I send you. My coaching journey is everybody together, everybody having their part of stake, not the coach, players, staff, the management, the fans. So in the moment that we align all the things is in the moment that suddenly these big opportunities of life can come. It's true that in the game against Mohun we knew that they were going to do a very strong start. They will try to capitalize on their chances. They will try to take the lead on the game in the first minutes, and it was important for us to resist and slowly grow in the game. And the scenario of the last game totally went in our favor, except for the last action of the game, that Gil did a beautiful save. I think that the chances to win the game were totally on our side, except for the first 20 minutes and the last action of the game. The game of tomorrow, we cannot plan it like this. I don't know what is our rival going to do. They showed here against Mohun that they were ultra defensive as you want. They didn't want to concede. They had a lot of respect for Mohun. But if I am a Vijit, probably tomorrow I want to finish the season on a note. They have nothing to lose. It's the opposite. I don't think that they are going to do an ultra defensive game, but actually I should not care. We will adjust. We have a plan to find a deep defense of Intercash if they want to defend, and we have another plan if we find a rival that is going to try to harm us with more attacking resources. So let's see what is their plan for the game. The reality is that the result will not change a lot their situation of the table. They are right now in a number 10 position. Even if they win, even if they draw, they lose. Probably this is going to be the position of Intercash. So what we know is that we are going to play without pressure. They are going to try to play the last game of the season. So we need to be very careful, because when one rival is playing without pressure, sometimes it flourishes in a good performance. But the reality is tomorrow we need to show our necessity, our need, our intention, our ambition, and the price of winning the game is completely different tomorrow for Intercashi and for East Bengal. The league, if we want to win the league, we need to beat attacking teams as Mohun and defensive units as all the teams that are staying in the bottom side of the table. Again, I tell you, I don't know what is going to be the plan of Intercashi tomorrow. They have played a lot of games with the former coach, probably more in contention and trying to find counterattacks. With Abhijit here with Mohun they plan more a defensive game, but I'm sure that Abhijit is also willing to finish the league with a win. So I don't think that they need to go for a strong resilience and ultra defensive game, because a win, a draw, and a lose will not change the things for them. So I'm sure that Abhijit tomorrow will try to make a game to show a good performance and to try to fight for us in an open game. If that is what they plan, perfect. But if they consider that they want to play an ultra defensive and spoil our party, we have to respect it. Everybody has his own idea, so let's see what is the plan of Intercashi tomorrow. Good. The reality is that about the title, as I say, I always believe that we have a team to challenge titles. I always believe, as I was announcing here, that this year we can find with any other team. That we are not far from the best Indian clubs. That we have closed the gap so much. But it's true also that being in the position that we are is a prize, and I think I deserve it, because we have been, let's say, I don't want to say the best, I prefer to be humble, but for sure we have been one of the best units in the ISL this year, and actually regularly. In other words, I still don't remember one game this year that the rival has been superior to us. There was a lot of open games. Jamshedpur was an open game. Goa was an open game. Bangalore, they played with 11. They were not better than us. The game of Mumbai was very tough. So it's true that we were fighting with units that were the same level as us, but I always believe that we can make it. But if you ask me about the title itself, only after the game of Mohun Bagan, in the plan that we have this year of taking one game at a time, is when I started to realize the next day of the game and tell, wow, if we win one more game, we can become champions. So the road has been very, very long, very, very tough, and tomorrow game is the opportunity of closing a beautiful year. We depend to close one of the best years of our careers. We depend to make good 90 minutes and to get the best results. So hopefully it's gonna come. They are surprisingly good. When I came here last year, the first game that I played was the derby. I was feeling completely unbalanced. Mohun Bagan at that point were a much better unit and team than us. Even in the stands, they were coming with more energy and more confidence, and our fans somehow were having that regret of not being possible to beat Mohun Bagan. Nowadays, I cannot tell you that. I feel it every day. I receive a lot of messages to support and invited to some events with fans. They are coming regularly here to the pitch. I feel that the East Bengal fans are now awake and are starting to realize that the gap or the distance with Mohun Bagan is nothing. So we are clubs this year of the same level. We have played a lot of games. They never beat us this year. In the last year, they beat us always. In the previous years, East Bengal was struggling always with Mohun Bagan. So my message is that they were being so beautiful and they were the real fool, is the word that I used here before. They were the real fool to make us understand that we belong, that we have a strong feeling of belonging to our community. This is not a regular club of India that put 500 or 1,000 people with some chants and with some songs. This is a story of father to son, son to grandson. This is a community club. A lot of thousands and thousands of people are breathing, sweating, and living what is East Bengal, and that for sure has a strong impact on the way that we approach our work every day, on our willing, on our hungriness. The fans of East Bengal never accept you win a game, you can be top 5. They will never accept this. For me, it was very difficult to understand how can I take a team that was bottom of the table and not winning titles, how suddenly you can talk about titles. What is this? But see, they convince us. It's some other point. Maybe if I'm the coach of another ISL club, I would need to ask about give me time. This is a project, this is a process. We require 3 years, but I understood in the first year here that that kind of talk will not take me anywhere. So I understood that if I'm in East Bengal, it's because I need to show that this team is a champion team, a team fighting for titles, and this is exactly the position that we are today. Well, first of all, I don't know, I'm trying to find Subaji here. He's not here, no? No, okay. He was telling me, Subaji, okay, one of your colleagues this year was transferring me the message that you say about other coaches willing to finally finish this draw of East Bengal without national leagues. So I'm sure that a lot of these coaches in the past, tomorrow they are going to be on the side of the team and willing the success because they are also part of this. If this team has a struggle, it's because they were also trying to reach the moment or the opportunity that we will have tomorrow. And the other part of the question? Special plans for tomorrow? A lot of special plans, a lot of positions, a lot of relations, a lot of different views depending on what the rival will plan. So, but that is not part of this press conference. I think that all the game plans and what we are going to do tomorrow and the adjustments that we need to do during the game is better to keep them with us because tomorrow there will be a tactical and strategical battle, and we don't want to show our cards. The reality is that the team management was today on the field. They wanted to talk about this, and I say, please don't put nothing regarding this. I think that this is a component of bad luck. If you start thinking in the t-shirt, the champion, the trophy, who I'm gonna dedicate, where are you gonna do the trophy, and where they are gonna give us the cup. If I start thinking like this, I'm a loser, because I know that tomorrow we have a very tough rival, that we have to respect them. I repeat, I have a strong respect to Intercashi. I saw what they are capable of. They play here with Mohammedan 2 weeks back. They even have chances to win the game. So for us, it's only 90 minutes. Focus on what we need to do on the pitch, and I'm sure that our club management, if we can achieve our dream, they are going to have something really very big for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, I am 100% confident, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about the trophy, win the game against Intercashi, and then this is my first focus, the 3 points tomorrow. Thank you. When I came in February, probably 1 week before to start the season, and then the team reached in the final in the both cups, so it was a good performance. We have amazing team, amazing staff. So if we reach until this point that we have to win this last game, and depending on us, it's because we have amazing players and amazing staff. Adapt as soon as possible with the team, with the club, with the country, with everything. So this was my first point when I reached here, to adapt as soon as possible, and then this is what happened. I think I adapt very well. I've been in a few countries in Southeast Asia, so I'm very acclimated with the weather and everything. So was a good point for me to adapt. We go. This is our final. We go 100% with everything on the field, and we will try to get the 3 points. And we are very confident about that. For sure, the rival in this case, Intercashi, will go with everything, as we saw in the last game or against Mohammedan. So I'm sure that they have good team. They will go with 100%. It will be not be an easy game, but we will go with everything. Also. Be humble, cool, and of course full of emotions. But we try to keep our emotions, be professional, and go 100% for this game. That is the most important game of the league, probably. So this is the.
Any more questions? জৌহাটি ক্রীড়াঙ্গন থেকে আমি সায়ন, রে স্পোর্টস।